and Heather will send members of her policy team of agency review folks there too. So
my name is Stephanie Valencia, and I am the Latino liaison and immigration liaison for the presidential transition team. My job is to reach out to groups across the country who care about Latino issues and how certain issues affect the Latino community. I also do work on the immigration issues, so we want to make sure we bring in as many voices and as many groups that care about the immigration issue. We just had a meeting with over 40 Latino leaders from across the country that represent the Latino community, from civil rights organizations like LULAC and National Council of La Raza to the National Association of Latin American and Caribbean Communities. These are the organizations that work in our communities every single day. They represent community-based organizations, and they're the national voices for the Latino community. We discussed personnel and staffing at the cabinet level through the more department level and White House level appointments.
In order to have the right perspective, we need diversity in the federal workforce.
I think there's a definite correlation between domestic policy and the fact that in the Department of Education we only have 4% Hispanic workforce. Department of Health and Human Services, I think it's what, 3.9? Commerce, 3.6. Critical agencies where our community is being impacted.
We talked about healthcare, hate crimes, civil rights, education, and how all these issues are affecting and will continue to affect the fastly growing Latino population.
The Hispanic population is the worst off in terms of all disparities in the country, according to all the U.S. HHS health disparities reports. The worst off in terms of health insurance. The worse off in terms of having access to any health facility, health services, mental health services. Let me just say that access is number one, and financing within the system that is going to be affordable and reach the people where they work, where they live, where they play, not through clinics and hospitals. You've got to change and think about that healthcare means having healthy lifestyles in our communities and having financing that gets to our communities.
During this current economic crisis, the Latino community is being hit especially hard when it comes to unemployment and joblessness rates. A good portion of the discussion centered around how can we ensure that President-elect Obama's economic recovery effort will have the greatest impact on the Latino community.
Public investment should not just be looking at just economics per se. It's also the education department. It's those training programs, retraining programs.
On education, there's a deep concern in our community, the dropout rate. Not only the dropout rate, but of those kids that don't drop out, how many can afford to go to college and have the ability to go to college? So how do we make college more accessible and more affordable to more Latino students?
We have to find a way of increasing the amount of grants versus loans for young people. That includes increasing the cap on Pell, which we've done already this year, but certainly has to increase further, and develop some sort of forgiveness programs for loans that burden Latino students.
We also talked about immigration. That's obviously a huge concern in the community, and how President-elect Obama, who talked a lot about this during the campaign, a comprehensive approach to immigration reform, how we'll move forward in approaching that.
The bottom line here is we're going to hold him to the promise that he made to get a comprehensive immigration reform through this Congress. And so that's, to us, very important that we help him fulfill that promise. And we are going to hold him accountable. But he doesn't have to do this alone. You all aren't going to do it alone, whether it's on the DREAM Act, whether it's putting a stop to the raids, whether it's the 287G enforcement agreements. You've got a lot of expertise around the table. We're willing to help engage you, and we look forward to working with folks on the inside of the White House who we know are very invested in this issue to make sure that that happens.
We also talked about hate crimes. There is a growing rate of hate crimes amongst the Latino community, especially amongst immigrant populations.
We have seen I think it's about a 35% increase in hate crimes in the Latino community. We've also seen a 48% increase in hate groups. Most of it is immigrant, anti-immigrant, anti-Latino. So we strongly urge this administration to the need for the Civil Rights Department to pursue more activism into that, more legislation that would give us the power to investigate those hate crimes.
There are a lot of issues with regard to Latinos and environmental justice and the environmental quality that many Latinos that live in urban areas face.
In terms of environmental justice, I think probably the preeminent one that would most benefit the Latino community would be the codification of President Clinton's executive order on environmental justice, Executive Order 12898. It's been eviscerated over the last 8 years, and it needs to be codified.
One area we also focused a lot on is green jobs, and how do we ensure that the Latino workforce that is rapidly growing is adequately trained to take on this new sector of employment that President-elect Obama is really pushing for.
As we look forward to building a green economy, it's going to be critical that we ensure that Latinos are receiving the training in the retrofitting. I know mayors across the country, I've heard Manny Diaz speak, Mayor Daley in Chicago, Mayor Villaraigosa in Los Angeles. This is going to be a way to stimulate and keep their local economies and the folks in the local economy in jobs, which in turn will have other effects.
And to really bring all these leaders and voices that represent these communities all across the country together in one room was really powerful. And for a community that has fought and struggled to come together and to show their power and to be at the table, we finally are. And that's very exciting.